Welcome to CCN TV News, your premier source for local and international news. From the streets of Kingston to the capitals of the world, we are ready to cover you stories that shape our world. Stay tuned for breaking news. Today, we look at one Jamaican young man who turned a prank camera into a tool for real change. His name is Jahvonii Ja. And while he started out on YouTube pulling off pranks, he found a niche much bigger calling when he stumbled upon an elderly deportee named Mr. Andrew. What began as a laugh has now grown into a lifeline for people who often go unseen. In Jamaica's buzzing YouTube scene, fresh faces pop up every day, hoping to catch views and go viral. But standing out isn't easy when everyone's trying the same old skits and pranks. Jahvonii Ja was no different at first. A young man with a camera and a dream, hitting the streets to prank friends, shock passerby and rack up clicks. It worked for a while, but it wasn't until one ordinary filming day that Jahvonii's entire focus and future took a turn. Back then, Jahvonii's videos were all about fun. He'd approach people in busy plazas, catch them off guard with wild questions, set up practical jokes, and upload reactions. Like many YouTubers, he was testing what worked, what made people laugh, what made them share. Sometimes it paid off with a few thousand views, other times not so much. But deep down, he wanted something that felt bigger, more real. That real moment came when he met Mr. Andrew. It was just another day with a mic and camera. Jahvonii and a friend were out doing street interviews when they noticed an elderly man sitting quietly at the entrance of the plaza. His clothes were worn, his shoes were falling apart. But what caught Jahvonii's attention was the man's distant stare, like he was somewhere far away in his mind. He approached, hit record, and asked if the old man was alright. What he got instead was a window into a life few people ever asked about. Mr. Andrew shared that he'd spent more than a decade abroad, only to be deported back to Jamaica with nothing to his name. No family, no roof, no support. When Jahvonii uploaded that first video, he didn't expect much. Maybe a few sympathetic comments, maybe a few extra views. But the response was different. The comments were full of questions. Who is this man? Where does he sleep? How can we help? People didn't just watch, they wanted to do something. Suddenly, Jahvonii saw that his camera could be more than just a tool for jokes. It could shine a light where nobody bothers to look. Encouraged by the reaction, Jahvonii kept checking in on Mr. Andrew. He filmed where Mr. Andrew slept, how he found food each day, what struggles he faced trying to survive on the street. These kind of stories hit home for people. Some viewers donated money, others offered food, clothes, or temporary shelter. The channel, once built on pranks, was now becoming a small but powerful bridge connecting strangers who wanted help. Since then, Jahvonii hasn't looked back. Mr. Andrew's story opened his eyes to a hidden side of Jamaica, one many prefer not to see. Instead of just pranks and comedy, his channel now features the elderly, the homeless, deportees, and people struggling in silence. Each story is raw, unscripted, and sometimes uncomfortable, but that's the point. His viewers keep coming back because they see real people, real lives, and small acts of kindness that make a big difference. Jahvonii Ja reminds me of Colaz Smith TV, a well-known figure in Jamaica's YouTube world who also uses his channel to help the forgotten. Colaz is known for feeding the homeless, visiting those who are in need, and spotlighting those who live on the margins of society. Now, Jahvonii is carving out his own lane with the same spirit, but in his own youthful way. He's not just telling stories, he's sparking action. And for many of his followers, that's what keeps them watching, sharing, and giving. While Mr. Andrew remains at the heart of Jahvonii's channel, he's not the only one. Jahvonii has been branching out, looking for more stories that need to be told. Whether it's another deportee trying to get back on his feet, or a young man battling mental health issues while living under a bridge. He's also talking openly with his audience about what happens behind the scenes, where donations go, how funds are used, and what more can be done. In a space often filled with clickbait, Jahvonii is keeping things simple and honest, and people appreciate that. Now with a growing following, Jahvonii is dreaming bigger. He's also experimenting with longer documentary-style episodes, hoping to reach not just Jamaicans at home, but the wider diaspora who want to help too. He knows it won't be easy, but he's committed to the task. But for Jahvonii, the mission is clear. If people don't see his stories, they won't care enough to help. In a world where it's so easy to scroll past real problems, Jahvonii Ja is reminding people that sometimes the best stories are right outside our doors, on the corners, the plazas, and the sidewalks. One camera, one young man willing to stop and listen, and an audience willing to do more than just watch. This is not just content, it's connection. And for Mr. Andrew, that connection meant Jahvonii did everything he could. From regular street check-ins to hospital visits, staying by his side, right up to Mr. Andrew's passing. For countless others like him, that same connection can mean a second chance. One prank turned into purpose. That's the story of Jahvonii Ja, and this is just the beginning. If you love these kind of stories and they inspire you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.